I was a passenger in a car accident. Who is responsible for paying for my medical bills and lost wages and pain and suffering? That's a question I get from a lot of people that had recently been involved in a car crash, and they're wondering, I didn't do anything wrong. I was just sitting in the passenger seat or in the back seat of a car. Either the driver of the car that I was a passenger in caused the accident, or another driver caused the accident. The next question is, I was injured and I'm just trying to figure out which insurance company is responsible for paying my medical bills and lost wages, and beyond that, an amount of money to compensate me for my pain and suffering. That's the typical question we get regarding passengers being involved in car accidents. Let's try to break it down into the various situations that arise. Let's first talk about who's responsible for immediately paying for your medical bills. Florida follows this no-fault system of insurance, and the no-fault system of insurance requires everyone who has a car to have no-fault coverage, which is also known as PIP or PIP, which stands for Personal Injury Protection. Everybody who has a car is required to have this PIP coverage, and it's always $10,000 in Florida. If you have a vehicle and you're a passenger in someone else's vehicle, and even if the accident obviously wasn't your fault because you're a passenger and you're injured and you need medical treatment, you have to first go through your own PIP coverage to pay for the first $10,000 in medical bills. That's just the way the Florida system works. We don't have a choice on that. A lot of my clients say, hey, I wasn't at fault, I was just a passenger. Why do I have to make a claim to my own insurance company? It's unfortunate, but that's the Florida no-fault system. That's what it requires. Second situation arises where you might not own a car, but still we have to figure out whether you're entitled to the person's PIP, that you are the passenger in their vehicle, or whether you're entitled to someone else's PIP benefit. We ask, did you own a car yourself? And if the answer is no, then you're obviously not required to have your own PIP. But the next question is, under Florida law, did you live with a relative that had a car? And if they have a car, if you live with a parent or a sibling and they have a car, they have PIP insurance, you're legally entitled to make a claim under their PIP coverage. And then if the answer to that question is no, you didn't live with a relative that owned a vehicle, then you are entitled to the PIP coverage of the vehicle that you were a passenger in. That could be an Uber or Lyft or ride share. That could be a friend of yours that you were a passenger in your friend's car. That's who's going to be initially responsible for paying your medical bills. Then the second thing arises is, well, who was at fault? What other insurance is there going to be to pay for your injuries and your lost wages? The situation arises where it could be the fault of the person who was driving the vehicle in which you were a passenger. We would be making a claim to their insurance company. A lot of my clients at first say, hey, I don't want to sue my friend. I don't want to sue my relative. You're not really suing them personally. At first, well over 50% of our claims, we don't even file lawsuits, and we are successfully able to settle our clients' claims without ever bringing a lawsuit. That's what insurance is for. So when we say, hey, look, your friend was driving the car, they ran a stop sign, caused an accident, we're bringing a claim against his or her insurance policy that they purchased just for these situations. It doesn't mean that we're going to go out and try to collect and ruin their lives as a result of the accident. It's just we're going to try to collect any insurance benefits that they've already paid for to cover just this situation. The other situation is this, where you get hit, you're a passenger in a friend's car, and you get hit by someone else and it was the other person's fault. Well, that's just like a regular claim. It really doesn't matter whether you're driving or a passenger. The other person's negligence caused you to be injured, and as a result of that, we make a claim against their insurance company. Some of the issues involved in those claims are that we could have a situation where there are multiple parties that were injured as a result of the accident, and they don't have enough insurance to pay for everyone's injury. So there's something called global settlement conferences that we have to try to split up the settlement proceeds or insurance proceeds so that everyone gets a portion of the insurance. The best part, if there is a best part, of being a passenger in a car accident is that no one is going to be looking at you and trying to say that you were the cause of the accident or partly caused the accident. Those are some of the issues involved in representing someone who was a passenger in a car as opposed to a driver of a car. If you have any questions about being injured in a car accident while you were a passenger, we've handled those claims for years and we can definitely help you. I'm Mike Hancock with Hancock Injury Attorneys. We are located in Tampa, but we represent people across the Tampa Bay region and across the state of Florida in personal injury claims. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have and we'll give you a free consultation.